Hi, Evaon, welcome to our teaching zone. In previous chapter we was discuss about USA Constitution history, now we will know about the development of the American Constitution. In this chapter I will share about by legislature, presidential action, court decisions, conventions, constitutional amendments, customs, state and party actions. The American Constitution as originally framed by the Philadelphia Convention was a very brief one and consisted of preamble and 7 articles. However, the Constitution has been growing during more than 180 years. Lord Bruce rightly points out that the American Constitution has necessarily changed as the nation has changed, in the spirit with which men regard it and, therefore, in its own spirit. Professor Beard also refers to the growth of the American Constitution in these words: it is a printed document explained by judicial decisions, precedents, and practices and illuminated by understanding and aspiration. In short, the real Constitution is a living body of general prescriptions carried into effect by living persons. The American Constitution has been developed by following ways. By legislature. The American Constitution has developed in many ways. It has been developed by the laws passed by the Congress and the state legislatures. The Constitution as originally drafted was merely a skeleton and the details were left to be filled in by the Congress and the state legislatures. The Constitution merely refers to a Supreme Court of America, but the details were left to the Congress. Likewise, the creation of the other federal courts was also left to the Congress. The result was that the Judicial Act of 1789 passed by the Congress laid the foundations of the judicial system of the USA on permanent boardings. The organization of the various departments of the government is also regulated by the laws passed by the Congress. In 1946 the Presidential Succession Act was passed with a view to regulate succession to the presidency. To presidential action, the American Constitution has also been developed by the executive. Presidents like Washington, Jackson, Lincoln, and Roosevelt have influenced the Constitution in many ways. The Constitution does not provide for any cabinet of the president, but it was created by Washington and the same has grown in course of time. As a result of the use of the powers given to the president has become the leader in the field of legislation, although such a role was not assigned to him by the Constitution. According to the Constitution, the Congress alone can declare war, but on many occasions American presidents have sent American force to various parts of the world, without any authority from the Congress, to wage war or to be in a position to wage it. 3. Court decisions. The Supreme Court of America has also played an important part in the growth of the Constitution. This has been done by giving different interpretations to the articles of the Constitution. It is rightly pointed out that to give a phrase a new interpretation is to give it a new meaning, and to give it a new meaning is to change it. It is in this way that the Supreme Court has added to the Constitution, and, no wonder, it has been described by President Wilson continuous constitutional as convention. It is the Supreme Court which added to the powers of the Congress by enunciating the doctrine of implied powers. It has propounded the doctrine of inherent powers and sanctity of contracts. It is the Supreme Court that has given the President full power in the matter of dismissal. Liberal interpretations have been put on the terms commerce, armed forces, communications, transport, etc. According to Chief Justice Hugh, we are under the Constitution, but the Constitution is what the judges say it is. For conventions, the Constitution has also been developed by means of convention. Those conventions deal with the election of the president, growth of the cabinet, growth of the party system, re-election of the president, senatorial courtesy, etc. According to Dr. Beard, the most complete revolution in our political system has not been brought about by amendments or by statutes, but by the customs of the political parties in operating the machinery of the government. 5. Constitutional amendments. The Constitution has grown as a result of the constitutional amendments which have taken place from time to time. Up to 1992 there have been only 27 amendments. The first 10 amendments took place in 1791. The other amendments were made from time to time. As the amending process is a very tedious one, the Constitution has not grown much by this process. 6. Customs. Customs have made the Constitution flexible and have added to the powers of the national government. For example, the President's cabinet developed from the words in the second article that permit the chief executive to require the opinion, in writing, of the principal officer in each of the executive departments, upon any subject relating to the duties of their respective offices. 7. State and party actions. The Constitution provides for a general method of electing a president. It does not mention political parties. But state laws and political party practices have changed the constitutional system of voting into the exciting campaigns and elections that take place today. The Constitution has continued to develop in response to the demands of an ever-growing society through all these methods. Yet the spirit and wording of the Constitution have remained constant. People of each generation have applied its provisions to their own problems in ways that seem reasonable to them. The British statesman William P. Gladstone described the Constitution as the most wonderful work ever struck off at a given time by the brain and purpose of man. In a world of change and struggle, the American people have no more precious possession than this great document. Thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel.